Sometimes you'll trick your mind into having to find a trade, like forcing yourself to find a trade. Good trades like this will come to you, and the reason why I took both these trades is just because they're both good. Hey guys, so caught 2 winning trades today, one on GU and one on EU. So I'll just go over with you guys both the trades right now. So on the daily, as you guys can see, this is the weekly open. We're very oversold right now, we're all the way down. And we just swept this sell side liquidity. So basically, let me get rid of that, don't know what that is. We swept this sell side last week. And then we swept this sell side Monday, and that's what gave me the bias that we're going to go up to retrace. Because 1, we're very oversold, and 2, we just swept higher time frame sell side. And if we go down to the 4 hour, as you guys can see right here, it's that sell side liquidity right there. So usually, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I want to see a higher time frame POI get tapped in before I enter a trade. But in this case, there's no higher time frame POI because I don't look at it when it's like that far back. Like this might be an order block, but it's already been tapped in, so I'm not gonna use this as an order block. And like this is an order block as well, but I'm not gonna use this as an order block because it's already been tapped in and because it's all the way that it's so far away, right? Like if it's like here, then like for example is an order block. I'll wait for price to retrace into that and probably short there if we get like confirmations and stuff. So I use order blocks when they're more like recent, but when it's all the way over here, I don't really tend to use order blocks as much unless it's like untapped. But all these order blocks are tapped, I think. For higher time frame POI, I just use the liquidity. So higher time frame liquidity swept. Going down to the 1 hour, the Asian session lows taken. So that's like the liquidity swept for the second part. So I need higher time frame POI, I need liquidity swept. Yep, so now I just need a draw on liquidity and I just need an entry model. After sweeping that low, we went down. We created this SMT right here. And that's when I started looking for buys. But the thing is, this whole move up here, there wasn't really any 5-minute fair value gaps for me to look into. So there was this one small fair value gap right here that I marked out. This is the first one. This 5-minute fair value gap. So my actual entry was, my initial position that I wanted to take was something like this. Targeting that high. And stops above this or below this low, so around a 1 to 2, which would have gotten take profit anyways. But the reason why I didn't take this trade was because I was actually taking another GU trade around this time and I didn't have enough margin in my account, so I didn't actually end up taking this trade. But this trade would have worked out as well, just perfectly fine. So yeah, that's the first trade that you could have taken, just that retap into that 5-minute, then targeting that, and then stops below that 5-minute low. And then the draw on liquidity is just Asian session highs, which also turns out to be a 1 hour fair value gap, like the start of a 1 hour fair value gap, or like almost anyways. Like the start is like around here, so buy side liquidity is there, so it's like pretty similar. My thesis is that we want to go up, take out this Asian session highs, and then go up and retrace, which is what we're doing right now. The actual entry that I did take was after we got that. I saw that buy side was still not taken, and we still have this liquidity right here. We still have all this liquidity right here that is not taken, and we still haven't tapped into that 1 hour fair value gap. And GU was already moving up, but EU still went down a little bit. So after this, I saw we have this 5-minute fair value gap right here, this very strong fair value gap. So price still wants to go up, right? So after that, we tapped into it. I kind of missed the entry there, so I got in a bit late, but that's fine. A better one could have been like entry here and then this stops at that low, but that's fine. I just took it there at that break of structure. Stops below this low right here because it already tapped into this 5-minute fair value gap so many times and it respected it already. So there's not much reason for me to put my stop loss below. And then I just targeted that buy side liquidity as I said before. So that's a 1 to 2.9 right there. Let's look at GU at the same time. Let's not look at the daily. We just go straight to the 4 hour because it's pretty similar. So we're below weekly open again, very oversold. We just took out this higher time frame sell side, and that's my higher time frame like confirmation. Then on the 1 hour, and another note as well is that this we made like equal lows right here. I think it's pretty much equal, yeah, right here on GU, but on EU we made a lower low. So that's kind of like SMT, I guess. It's like going down, but that's like saying the same. Higher time frame sell side swept, and then on the 1 hour we can see Asian session as well swept here. So that's number 2, step 2. And then if we go down to the 5-minute, we can see right here we went up, but on GU it went down. We can see right here as the green started, this went down, but this went up. So that's that SMT right there. So we got Asian session lows taken, we got higher time frame sell side taken, and we got an SMT on GU as well. See, this time we actually already swept Asian session highs before I took the trade, but the reason why I still took the trade was because there's this liquidity here that we haven't taken, this buy sign here from probably some sort of news, and this is also that 1 hour fair value gap. So this one we actually got an entry model right here, 5-minute fair value gap, and then as it re-entered into that, I wanted to enter off that, but again I was late. As you guys can see, like today I was a bit late because I came back home, came back to the hotel at like around 3 something, and didn't actually get to, I was just like all over the place because I'm traveling. So anyways, I think that's pretty much it, right? Like the draw and liquidity is that and everything, and an SMT as well. SMT is just usually what happens right before a reversal, so like right before it's about to change direction, there's usually like an SMT, so that's just like an extra confluence. I also wanted to say that because I'm traveling, right, and because I'm not able to be stuck on the chart as much, I realized that I just take the trade and I just kind of leave it. I don't get as much time to just sit here and worry about the trade. I take my time and analyze the charts beforehand, of course. If it's not there, then I'm not going to take it because I'm actually traveling right now. There's no reason for me to add stress into my travel, right? But the reason why I'm taking these trades is because all the confluences are there. There's higher time, like all the 4 steps are just right there in front of my face, and like there's nothing that I need to make up. But usually if I'm at home and I'm like, and it's like kind of like a job kind of thing to just sit there and to actually find a trade, sometimes you'll trick your mind into having to find a trade, like forcing yourself to find a trade. Trades like this should just come out to you, and it doesn't really matter if I took that earlier trade because this dip down wouldn't have hit my stop loss anyways. They were both good trades, and it's like good trades like this will come to you. And the reason why I took both these trades is just because they're both good. They're like, it just lines up and everything just makes sense. And I feel like I should only take trades when they make so much sense like this, instead of like this was a literal zero drawdown trade. And I know I've said this in previous videos, but it just reminds me again because as I have other things to do and I'm not just like sitting here forcing a trade, it makes me be more picky because I don't want to deal with that stress. If this is not a good setup, then I'm not going to take it because I'd rather be, relaxing and enjoying my time. I'd rather be doing something else. I'd rather be going out with my family and doing other things. But the reason why I took these trades is because I came back to the hotel and I just saw that there was such good trades. I analyzed the trades and there was just like, it was just exactly fitting to my plan. So if my plan says execute, then I'll just execute. If your plan, there's like something small that's missing from it, and you're just at home and you have nothing to do and you're just sitting there trading and you're staring at the charts for like a whole hour, and you're going to be staring at the charts for the next hour, sometimes your brain will be like, oh, like just risk it, like just take that trade, you might win some money, So it becomes that like gambler perspective. But I realized to really trade like a pro, you have to get rid of that gambler mentality. You can't just be thinking like, oh, there's this small thing that's missing from my trading plan, but let's just take that trade in case I win. You can't have that kind of thought because that's the exact kind of thoughts that I have. So I'm just saying to you guys, maybe if that's the kind of thoughts that you guys have, it's not great. It's not great to have this kind of gambler's mentality, to just kind of risk extra just because you want to take a trade. I feel like if you want to do that, do it on a demo, don't do it on a real account. But that's just my opinion. It's never financial advice. So yeah, that's the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.